a bridge here, which lets me know that your twin flame, because this is their energy, has crossed a bridge. And how Spirit is showing this to me is that if you're on the one side and they cross the bridge to go to the other side. And I feel you're also crossing a bridge to another reality. So I feel that your journey together has been about guiding one another towards self and towards the relationships and experiences that you both came here to experience. And that is perceived in the 3D reality as if life is guiding your divine counterpart and you away from one another, because there's this bridge between you. I'm getting a really, really deep message here about you tapping into your power. When it comes to your twin flame connection, this relationship has, this connection, this spiritual awakening has been all about you redirecting. Your journey has been a little bit like a maze. You've had vast contrasting experiences, great highs, powerful breakthroughs, and it's been very encrypted. It's part of your calling. It's part of your awakening. It's part of the knowledge that you've come here to share. And so there's been a lot of karmic rebalancing taking place, but also your life seems to shift. It's as if you've lived many lifetimes in this one lifetime. No period in your life is exactly the same. And this twin flame dynamic has helped you to really recreate yourself, recreate your concept of self, of relationship, of life, of love. But that's an illusion, because there is no separation. This is about you experiencing yourself and yourselves in a dynamic way. You are both quite adventurous, wanting to have your own experiences to contribute to the soul's evolution. And so for you, it looks different to what you might have imagined. I don't see unity here, but I do see both of you doing really, really well. And I want to take a look at what advice Spirit has to give you. I'm already receiving powerful downloads. The number 3 comes up for me. Things happen in 3. There's power in 3s. Okay? And so that is going to be the basis of your message, Sag. I hope you enjoy it. My name is Elif, and I welcome you to evolve with me. Okay, Sagittarius. What's at the heart of your message is the number 3 for me, 333. So you might have seen these numbers pop up for you. That's just confirmation. Okay. The number 9, 333, together is 9. So that's another number coming up for me. You are not alone. Okay. You are not alone. You have friends, connections, people coming into your experience, and your ancestors, family members. For all of us, it's going to be different, but you're not going to be facing this alone, and you are ushering into a brand new phase of your life, and you are not going to be alone. You are going to be surrounded by people who love you, a sense of family and a sense of community. I feel this comes into your experience with a new relationship. Okay. This has Spirit has prepared you for this, and everything up to this moment has been in preparation for that. How is it that you give space to this? Because we're often closing the gap between where we've been and where we are headed. What is our new reality? We're obviously always closing the gap between the old reality and the new reality, and the 2 of Wands is popping up for me. Spirit is showing me that card, because that's the card that carries that energy. Is we sometimes get stuck there because we're so used to focusing on and perceiving what has been, what seems to be our reality, that we get stuck in that loop, and we struggle to give space to the new, to that which is making its way to us. And often there's such a big difference between what has been and what is coming, that if we don't release our attachment to the conditions of what we perceive to be our reality, we cannot hold a constant enough vibration of who we've become to let that in. For example, if we have a history with being betrayed, throughout those experiences we have given birth to and created a relationship that is stable, solid, and one in which we can experience a deep sense of security. But because our experience has been in betrayal, and we have replayed that experience over and over, and then we began to see so many people around us experience betrayal, and we begin to see it everywhere, because what you focus on, you attract more of. We start to believe that, well, this is just the way life is. Maybe it's not realistic to expect a healthy, secure, faithful relationship, even though my heart really desires it and I long for that. That desire is your intuition saying, hey, you can have that. This is what you want, and you get to have what you want. And it's over here, but because I'm so conditioned to my surroundings, and I'm so conditioned to my upset, to my response to the betrayal, and I'm so conditioned to believe that it's better not to want it, because then at least I'm protecting myself from an unknown horror. I keep calibrating to what has been my experience without realizing that I'm more of a match to the negative experience of my past relationships than I am to what I've created as a result of it. And that's the two of wands energy, is wanting to let in new, better experiences, but being so emotionally attached to the old negative experiences and so mentally calibrated to the old negative experience that I can't let it in. So the message for you is the power of 3. That's the number coming through. The power of 3, Sagittarius. You are powerful in your harmony, in your balance. You have the ability to bring elements together, to bring things together and put it together perfectly, that it can be perceived as a beautiful whole. And in your own experience, in the quiet moments in relationship with yourself, when you are thinking about or considering or processing an area in your life that has not quite gone the way that you want, you tend to disconnect and tune into only one aspect of yourself. Either you in your head too much, or you in your heart space, or you are in your body experiencing life. You need to remember that the fullness of who you are is your power. Mind, body, and soul. You're on a spiritual journey, going through a spiritual awakening, Sagittarius, and it is important to know that a true spiritual journey is one in which you bring the fullness of your mind, the fullness of your body, and the fullness of your soul. You bring it all, the 3, together. So that's what you're being called to do. You're moving into a new phase of your life. Things are going to be very different. I feel like this is as a result of a new relationship. And if you're in a current relationship, your relationship is moving into a new phase. Things are going to look different. Things are opening up for you. You're crossing bridges. This bridge takes you, for some of you, further away from the ideal that you've had with your twin flame into a new 3D experience with a soulmate, perhaps. And the soulmate brings new experiences, new relationships, new friendships, new connections. Okay. Something has shifted for you, Sagittarius, in these recent days. Something, you have had a breakthrough in a particular area, and this gives you an even greater expanded perspective of love, relationships, yourself, and the value you have in your life. A deeper compassion that really helps in the healing of the collective. We get so caught up with what is wrong that often we can't give space to the healing. So when I was channeling this energy, Sagittarius, and the number 3 came up, and Spirit said the power of 3 is your superpower. The power of 3 is where you want to focus your energy. Things happen in threes. Third time lucky is an old saying. Okay. The triangle is the strongest shape because of the 3 corners. And so Spirit has led me to this piece in the book Conversations with God by Neil Donald Welsh that speaks to the energy that Spirit is wanting to bring your awareness to for this reading. The 3, which is sisters. Okay. So there is power in your sisterhood perhaps, but also Spirit is highlighting your own phases: maiden, mother, crone. Okay. I do see you crossing this bridge, Sagittarius, and your sisterhood, of ancestors, but also living elders and younger women in your energy, in your tribe, in your community, in your family, sort of ushering you forward. For some of you Sagittarius, this is moving you towards a marriage, because Spirit is showing me a celebration of union, you unifying. Is that the right word? You coming into union with your whole new life and this other part of yourself that's always been out there. Okay, so this is what Spirit wants me to share with you in light of the energy of the power of 3. And I'm going to read it to you from this book, and you take it as it resonates. But I believe that this is at the heart of the message that Spirit is wanting to bring through for you today, Sagittarius. The triune reality is God's signature. It is the divine pattern. The 3 in 1 is everywhere, found in the realms of the sublime. You cannot escape it in matters dealing with time and space. Okay? The triune, the number 3, you cannot escape it in matters dealing with time and space, God and consciousness, or any of the subtle relationships. On the other hand, you will not find the triune truth in any of life's gross relationships. The triune truth is recognized in life's subtle relationships by everyone dealing with such relationships. Some of your religionists have described the triune truth as Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Some of your psychiatrists use the term superconscious, conscious, and subconscious. Some of your spiritualists say mind, body, and spirit. Some of your scientists see energy, matter, ether. Some of your philosophers say a thing is not true for you until it is true in thought, word, and deed. When discussing time, you speak of 3 times only: past, present, and future. Similarly, there are 3 moments in your perception: before, now, and after, in terms of spatial relationships, whether considering the points in the universe or various points in your own room. You recognize here, there, and the space in between. In matter of gross relationships, you recognize no in between. That is because gross relationships are always dyads, whereas relationships of the higher realm are invariably triads. Relationships of the higher realm are invariably triads. Look at your twin flame connection. You only see me, and him or her. Divine feminine, divine masculine. What is the third part? The soul. And in much of your attempting to remedy or to come into union with or to find the perfect outcome and harmony with your twin flame, you do so as a dyad and not considering the reality that it is a triad. And that is what causes most of the suffering. And if we want an evolved, spiritually uplifting relationship with the soulmate, we need to recognize that it is not going to be a relationship of the higher realm if it is a dyad, if it's just me and this person. Where's the third part? The us. The God force of the relationship, the soul part of the relationship. Hence, there is left, right, up, down, big, small, fast, slow, hot, cold, and the greatest dyad ever created, male, female. So when I talk about our reality here, it's based on duality. That is the same thing, okay? Our relationship with hot, cold is exactly that. It's those opposites. It's those polarities. There are no in-betweens in these dyads. A thing is either one thing or it is another, or some greater or lesser version in a relationship to one of these polarities. Within the realm of gross relationships, nothing conceptualized can exist without a conceptualization of its opposite. Most of your day-to-day experience is foundationed in this reality. So if this person's not with me, then they must be with someone, then they must be separated from me. If this person is not here, then they must be there with somebody else. If this person does not show me they love me today, then they must not love me, kind of thing. Everything it's either this or that. Okay? Within the realm of sublime relationships, nothing which exists has an opposite. All is one and everything progresses from one to the other in a never-ending circle. You deserve love, you deserve the happiness, and you've created the most amazing relationship, the most amazing life, which you are bound to welcome into your experience moving forward, Sagittarius. What Spirit wants you to be fully aware of is to empower yourself with this awareness and this knowledge. When you are in a relationship, it is not right or wrong that's taking place. It just is. It is our experience. And even though our experience right now is uncomfortable for me, it is still love because we are love. It is not either love or hate, either good or bad, either I am right or I am wrong, or we're not opposites. We are one. We are one. We're a triad, and as you and I are together and we can see one another in these individual bodies, there exists between us and us. And that is the God force of our relationship. And when you conceptualize that, everything begins to change with regards to how you experience the day-to-day experiences that are always there to serve you in your connection, in your relationship. It's time for you to have a healthy, fulfilled relationship, Sagittarius, and in order for you to be a part of that, you need to decide, am I going to allow this dyad, which is a connection between two separate people, to become a triad, which is a higher realm, more evolved, spiritual relationship, where we become one. And I think marriage is meant to symbolize that, but we've lost the essence of what marriage is in many, many ways. Many of us have. Okay. Within the realm of sublime relationships, nothing which exists has an opposite. All is one, and everything progresses from one to the other in a never-ending circle. So it's always us, and we become the infinity sign, We're always doing us, whether it's in the rain, whether it's in the sunshine, whether it's through sowing seeds or harvesting crops, whether it is through ups, whether it is through downs. There is always that in between. Things are not black and white. Not really. It's the way we experience it in the 3D reality. But if you do not want to be to be imprisoned to a 3D perception of who you are, you have to give space whilst you exist and function in the 3D reality to the 5D version of you, where everything is one and always connected. And there's no separation between you and your love because of an action, a behavior, or a condition. Time is such a sublime realm in which what you call past, present, and future exist interrelationally. That is, there are not opposites, but rather parts of the same whole, right? Progression of the same idea, cycles of the same energy, aspects of the same immutable truth. If you conclude from this that past, present, and future exists at one and the same time, you are right. Yet now is not the moment to discuss that. Okay, so that's the bit in the book that Spirit wanted me to share with you. And you can go back, rewind, and listen to it again, because in that message, what is at the heart of your message, which is the witchy sisters, the 3 witchy sisters, the power of 3. That's what Spirit wants to share with you with regards to your reading today. Tune into this, tune into the oneness, tune into recognizing the triad in your what is being experienced as a duality always in this 3D experience, that there is that third part to it that exists in the 5D on an energetic spiritual level that we can't see. When you see 2 people walking down the street, you see 2 people holding hands, but even though you can't see it visually, you know there is a beautiful relationship between them. You don't see it in the 3D, but you feel it, you know it. You know intuitively it's there. Okay? So begin to see that the essence, that third part of that triangle in the areas of your life that truly matter. Okay? In fact, in every part of your experience, begin to see that. Okay? And that is going to propel you. And that is going to help you to balance, bring harmony, bring balance into your experience. Okay. So as I've said before, when I look at your person's energy, it seems like this connection has done the same for both of you, has guided you both on a path towards great adventures, not necessarily together, not for all of you. And this reading, Sag, for the collective of twin flames that this reading resonates for, I do see you as being in union already, but not having a 3D romantic story. Okay? Both of you have come here to embrace your freedom. You've done many lives together. You don't, on a soul level, you don't necessarily feel that you need to do that today. And there's so much love between you, even though you are in separation. Okay, let's see. What is it that my Sag needs to know? I mean, Spirit's already brought so much information through for you. What is it my Sag needs to know on their journey, on their twin flame journey right now, that is going to give space to what it is that they've created? All right. Okay. Spirit is saying you're always busy working, you're always busy focusing in on something. All right. But Spirit is saying work and give your energy to that which you choose to work on, because it is fun, because you enjoy it, because you like how you're contributing to a particular area of life. Don't work because you're trying to create or to earn anything. It is already done. You are already being ushered towards the bridge and you're about to cross it. Okay. What is coming into your experience is fate. It is meant to be. I feel like this person coming into your energy, that there is a beautiful past life relationship here of love over and over. Okay. Everything that's meant to be is going to happen, and it's going to work out perfectly fine. Don't get stuck in a cycle of back and forth. Can I really look forward to that? Look at what has been. Can I really believe that that might happen? Look at what has been. Can I really give space to something that I believe I deserve? Look at what I've always gotten, okay? That back and forth that you're doing, it's not serving you. Just stop trying so hard and stop trying to reach for. Just allow the universe to bring it to you. I do see that something is coming into your experience, possibly already here, but ushering you towards a whole new experience of yourself. I don't think you see this yet. It's not visible to you yet. I think that the way Spirit is showing me is that it's hidden from you. It's hidden from you to surprise and delight you, but also because you have found yourself looking back a couple of times, when you ask yourself a question, so how close am I towards that goal? And then you look back to sort of check how far away you are from that, and when you look back, you just zoom in. Yeah. You're crossing a bridge. For some of you, you might be moving to a whole new country, a whole new city, but a gap that was there before, you're crossing that bridge, you're closing that gap. There's movement here. And you have the world. That's what's coming towards you, not because of anything that you are doing, just because it is yours, because you deserve it, because you are worthy of it. You've manifested this. What you want to be aware of is that looking back, because you're afraid, and I wouldn't say to a large degree, but there is a tendency that when you get frustrated and when you get a bit despondent, because you're saying, okay, well, nothing's changed, same old, every day, different day, same old shit, so where is that? Where is this? Where is, if it's meant to be, if it's mine, then where is it? Am I looking in the wrong place? Whatever. There's a little bit of that comes up. And that trying to build a new life by avoiding old mistakes is a little bit of a setup. We shoot ourselves in the foot with that a little bit, because I'm trying to give space to a new reality whilst making the basis of that my why an old reality. So which two am I going to keep active? Which two am I giving energy to? Because I want the new life, but I can't give birth to it through the lens of the old, because then it's just going to be the old, right? I hope that what I'm saying is making sense, because I'm trying to interpret this message that's coming through for you here, Sag, which is a very, very deep message. You're trying to avoid people's shadows, because you're trying to protect yourself from the old. And you're holding that active even though you don't want to. I do feel, and I've said this earlier on for you guys, I do feel like you've had breakthroughs, and so many of you are already aware of the message coming through here. You don't have to live in fear of your past. The expectation is that if we've experienced that, if that's the way things were, that's how we expect it to be moving forward. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. I feel like you've had a breakthrough in this area, and you want to spend time recalibrating to the value, to what it is that you know you want, to the clarity of your desires, and begin to just tune into the evidence of that coming into your experience. So what I mean by that is, if what you desire is security in a relationship, then instead of looking to see why the relationship's not here or when it's coming, begin to identify things in your now reality that speak to the security that is you, that speaks to security in your life now. There's that one relationship that you feel secure about. There are those things. Everybody can at least find one or two things in their now reality that give them a sense of security. And if you spend more time basking in that and feeling the feeling of security and feeling the feeling of stability, then more and more of that will come. And your relationship, which is a match to your security, will come into your experience. You also want to pay attention, Sagittarius, to the beliefs you have, the things you say around relationships and around men, because if your narrative is that men are always disappointing the woman that they love, then how do you expect to be a match to, or to attract a relationship, the man that is not going to be what you speak into reality all the time? And we do these things when we sit with friends, or when we have conversations, or when we watch a movie. We say things like, oh, that only happens in the movies. Well, if that's what you speak into your reality, and if that's what you believe, then no wonder it's not happening in your reality. What we say is powerful, and we seem to think that, well, I know that's not the truth, but that's the narrative. That's what I'm speaking to over and over. So the universe only hears my vibration. Something stable coming into your experience. You don't see it yet. The darkness that you perceive is just your own shadows. And for many of you, you've already had breakthroughs in this area, and you already begin to see and understand how some beliefs and some self-concepts and some ideas around the subject, whichever area it is in your life that you're wanting to give birth to newness to. You've had very strong vibrations, very strong unwanted vibration active in those areas. I feel like you've worked through that. There's something unseen that you're being guided towards. It is an Ace of Pentacles. It is, who brings you the Ace of Pentacles? The Ace of Pentacles comes with the King of Pentacles. That's solid, stable, financially sound. This is a solid, stable opportunity for you. There's a lot of pentacles here. You've been working really, really hard. And I feel like you're going to reap the rewards of all of this. That's what I'm getting. For some reason, you don't see that, Sagittarius. For some reason, you just feel like, I haven't achieved much. What did I do? What has changed this year? How many steps forward have I taken? You can't seem to see that, and that could be for a number of reasons. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you have come to greater clarity about the person you want to be, how you want to look at certain things, the kindness and the compassion you want to have, your capacity to be able to see the triad in relationships, the triad in your experiences, in the relationship between you and money, between you and your abundance is money. There's that third part between it, or whatever the case may be. whichever area we are talking about, I feel like you've come to greater wisdom in these days, or you're in the midst of that right now, and you've had a breakthrough. And if you feel stuck, then that means you are having your breakthrough. We all have different timelines, but it's happening sort of around now, and this is leading you towards something unseen that is very, very stable. Your intuition knows this, and you are being guided by your guidance system, your intuition, your guides and keepers. There's nothing you have to do, Sag, except set an intention to be deliberate about bringing the fullness of your mind, the fullness of your soul, the fullness of your body in alignment with what it is that you want to do and where it is you want to go and who it is you want to be. When you're having an experience, ask yourself, what is that third part? A question I like to ask my clients when I'm coaching them is, so what opportunity do you think this experience is bringing you? Because it always is. Everything happens for us, not to us. Okay. I feel excited for you. I feel like you can't see it, but I am excited for you, and I'm looking forward to what's coming into your experience. I don't feel that this is with your twin flame though. Okay, so that is your message, Sagittarius. I hope that you enjoyed and that it serves you. If it resonates, please comment, let me know how. And if you'd like to get a personal reading, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Whatever you choose to do, do what is best for you. Love and light, and I'll chat to you guys next time. Bye now.